مشاهدينا ومستمعينا في بودكاست تكمال. اليوم بنستكشف معاكم فرص أن يكون عندك فاتورة استحقاقها بعد شهر أو شهرين أو 3 وأنت محتاج الكاش الآن. هذا طبعا إذا التزمت الشركة اللي بتدفع لك. فهل في فرص لأن تمول هذه الفواتير؟ اليوم في عالم التكنولوجيا المالية مو بس تتوفر، هي من زمان تتوفر، اليوم تتوفر خلال 4 أيام، ممكن تصبح خلال 2 يوم عمل، بحيث أنت توفر الكاش النقد اللي تحتاجه لشركتك. خلونا نبدأ هاي الحلقة.
عندك مشروع صغير أو متوسط تفكر تكبره تطوره، يمكن تحتاج رأس مال أو مشورة تساعدك تقفز للخطوة الجاية. هنتي موارد اللي موجودين من 2006 ويقدمون تمويل إسلامي مصمم خصيصا لأصحاب المشاريع الصغيرة والمتوسطة، بحيث يمشون وياك خطوة بخطوة، يعني تقدر تعتبرهم شريكك في النجاح. ابدأ اليوم وخل طموحك يكبر مع موارد للتمويل.
محمد سلمان, the CEO and founder of Invoice Might or Mate.
Both are right. In Australia it will be Might.
Yes.
And everywhere else it's Mate. Yeah.
Thank you for being with us in Tecmal in this episode. I'm actually really excited to know more about from where the story came. Like you are financing SMEs if they have an invoice. So from where the company started?
First of all, thank you, Abdullah, for having me. I'm delighted to be at Tecmal and also excited for this conversation about the history or vision of Invoice Might. Of course, there is there are 2 points where I felt that now there is a good point to bring this support to the invoice, especially for the SME invoices, which can enable them financing. So I'm in the space of blockchain for 9 years now. Been more always on the enterprise side, been as a trainer, as a consultant, as the one who have implemented for the UN bodies, Fortune 100 companies, Saudi government, UAE government, and Pakistan government as well. So I felt almost 3.5 years back there is a strong need of enterprise blockchain solution that helps to conventional businesses to get the benefit out of blockchain. So also coming from the background of small business ownership, I am coming from a family business background, so I have felt the pain of my invoices sitting idle.
As a small business,
no bank was entertaining our invoices as collateral, and we could get some discounting out of that. So these were the 2 points. The need, I felt there is a good need of enterprise blockchain solution to be the bridge between them and the conventional businesses. And second, of course, my own pain point of invoice financing or lack of invoice financing for our business, which made me that this is a big enough pain point to explore further and solve this pain point with the blockchain and later now with the AI as well.
Great. Here is my next question. Like you said, blockchain, and it seems to be major foundation of the business. So how does it build on a blockchain? Can you explain more?
Absolutely. So no doubt about that. As I said, the vision has a major reason to actually use blockchain for solving a pain point of a conventional business. Because again, there was a need. Now there is a less, because now there are other blockchain applications which are not just for the trading and some kind of volatile expectations. So the thing is that if you have to use any technology, you have to see the core benefit of that. And where I feel that, and not just I, most of the people feel that blockchain has a value proposition of bringing trust to the data, trust to the processes, trust to the businesses. That's where I felt that this is a strong foundation which is missing in the invoice financing scene.
Invoice, help me understand. So invoice financing is not a new thing, you're saying. Okay. And the trust is one of the things that blockchain will cover. and if you go to the basics of blockchain, so people can connect between blockchain and what you're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'll go back to the invoice financing first. Like, it's, as you mentioned, it's not been happening. It's one of the oldest forms of credit. What is invoice financing? You are selling some trade, you do some trade, you sell some products, and your receivable of that sale or services is standing for 15 days term, 30 days, 60 days, or maybe more.
Yes.
This has been happening throughout the history of mankind, that they do some sales or provide services and then wait for the payment.
Yeah.
Credit was already there. And then came this instrument of receivable financing or the invoice financing, that once you have done the sales, if your seller is not paying you before 30 days, which is the term you have settled already with that seller, now some financing institution can come in and give you that payment earlier, settle it for you, just like early settlement. Like there are many institutions who enable you to get your salary on the 6th day or 16th day. So that is early wage access. Just like the same, B2B businesses can also have early settlement of their receivables. This is, as I said, it's a long history of invoice financing is there, one of the oldest form of credit. But unfortunately, people fake their receivables or invoices. The businesses have this unfortunate practice because these invoices are created on centralized system. This is where the blockchain comes in.
Okay.
Now, once you do all of your invoicing, you are keeping the track of those invoices on centralized system. Abdullah and I are good friends. We can change within our systems a transaction of 50,000 to 5 million. We just have to add some zeros in it. And that's been happening.
Yeah.
Even here in UAE, we have seen one of the biggest banking frauds happened because of the fake invoices. I will not name the company, but it is recent, 4 or 5 years back, it happened. So now this is a pain point of not just UAE or Middle East or third world countries. It's a pain point globally of this $3.6 trillion worth invoice financing market. The problem of trust. Banks, they don't trust the invoices, especially of small businesses, because they know that these can be faked, and they have the history of having bad debts because of these fake or tempered invoices. So we found that a blockchain, since it brings the trust in data, it brings the trust in processes, we believe that this is a perfect remedy for invoice financing. And in last 2 years and a quarter, we have validated that. We came up with the technology with the help of blockchain and AI. We name it KYI, Know Your Invoice. It's as simple as KYC of the humans.
Yeah.
Or KYB.
What is? I hear that you're doing this service. So what is this exactly?
So this is exactly the thing that banks feel, that verifying the invoice credentials, whether they've been tampered, whether the transaction behind them is actual. So in short, if that invoice is real, reliable, and ready for financing. That's the pain point of every financing institution.
So this is on top of the technology of blockchain and
Indeed.
whatever validation that will give. So you do invoice
verification.
Know your invoice.
So we call it KYI to make it simple, and that's our very big USP as an invoice mate. So
how is that?
So it is a combo of two things, blockchain and AI. So we started with AI, putting all of the invoices on ledger, which is the blockchain, decentralized ledger, so no one can tamper once the invoices are generated, reviewed, approved, and close to the payment point, so no one can change it. So the banks or any financing institution feel trusted about them.
Great.
Number one. But it also requires a lot of other factors to be, again, verified. Like, for example, the transaction actually took place or not. Still, blockchain will just accept the data, whether it is fake or a legit one. But if you are also applying the AI application with it, and you are going into the historical data, finding out any anomalies between the different invoices. For example, like you and I have done a trade, and I'm like taking a $5 million worth transaction and taking it to the bank. Now, if there is a KYI process happening in that bank, they will use that to say if we have done any prior transaction of this scale of $5 million close to that. So if it is like throughout our like 1 or 2 years transactional history, we have done transactions around $50,000, $100,000, and now I'm suddenly bringing a $5 million worth invoice. That can be a legit, but it will be a yellow flag. So for the credit officers who are assessing whether this invoice is legit or not, they will feel it will be easier for them to assess. So there are 20 plus points which our system, with the help of LLMs or AI, assess, and in few minutes it does the job of for the credit officers, which generally they have to do it in 4 to 5 days.
Okay.
So it brings the cost of doing due diligence
From
down
4 to 5 days to how many minutes?
few minutes.
Yeah.
Maximum few minutes, and that is one benefit the credit officers or the credit department receive. It also helps the whole journey of the invoice financing to be shorter, and the two major like deliverables are shorter time frame and at the same time lower cost.
It's great to know that it's like it can happen in minutes. Now, if an entrepreneur will ask you, like, take me to the journey of, like, I want to apply for an invoice, how does it work?
So this is a good point, that they don't have to like worry about the blockchain or AI. For them, it's just like once we go and on a Gmail, we just write an email and then press the submit button, and then we forget about how it is reaching to the recipient. Okay. Similarly, they are using our system, creating the invoice, finding the legibility based on the number of invoices or amount of invoices they have done on our system. Then they apply for the invoice financing as just a standard format, just like they do with the other financing institutions or the banks.
Okay.
Rest, it is the like plumbing of our like system. So they don't see that. It's efficiently, seamlessly doing the KYI on that receivable or invoice, connecting them with the lending institution. The best part is we just don't do it with the conventional lending medium, which is fiat currency, dirham or dollar. We are also connecting them with the stable coins. So another reason why we are using blockchain is futuristic technology.
Yeah.
So it is not just doing the seamless, efficient kind of processing for their invoice financing applications. It is also connecting them to an alternative source of like credit, which is stable coins, which is the liquidity coming from the Web3, which is reaching to the 4 trillion mark right now. So these are the two major benefits of using blockchain. One, a very good addition for their invoices to give them a validity or verification, instant verification. And second, connecting them with the liquidity of the Web3.
And what's the value of connecting it to the stabilized coins?
Yeah, so the value of A is, of course, it's now happening. And now even in UAE now there will be 4 dirham-backed stable coins. CBDC is coming very shortly. So these will be the new mediums of payment, which businesses have to use, and they have to get benefit out of it. So we realized it 2 years back that there will be a need of stable coins as a medium for the lending or credit. And because we were like, we built this whole project grounds up from on the blockchain, for us it was very easy back then to connect the stable coins with this as a new lending rail. Good. Beside the fiat of dirham and dollars for the small businesses.
And what's the benefit that the small businesses will get from having it connected to stable coins?
So first thing is that it's an alternative source of credit. Like there are already banks. We know that they can also give the credit to the bank businesses. We have now lending fintechs for last 10 years. They have also been enabling the SME lending. But there is upcoming liquidity of almost 4 trillion, which we generally avoid knowing by saying, oh, it's a Bitcoin or it's crypto or it's like Ponzi scheme or MLMs. I totally understand the fears of conventional businesses, not like because there's a lot of negative media around this whole medium of crypto. But at the same time, now there's a high time they have to use this medium for their benefit. There is a big liquidity lying idle for them, and both sides get benefit. You said that what is the benefit for the businesses? Businesses get this alternative source of credit from a very new like liquidity form, which is the crypto or stable coins. At the same time, stable coin investors or holders or funds, they are also finding a stable yield or returns, because generally they invest in DeFi platforms. They invest in volatile assets of Bitcoins and Ethereums. Now we are becoming a bridge between this Web3 liquidity and the businesses. So both sides are getting benefit. The businesses are getting alternative credit access, and the crypto or the stable coin funds or liquidity providers are getting stable and secure yield.
Great. Yeah. I can hear it's futuristic. It's you are preparing for something. People struggling with the digital money still. I mean, at least from implementation or application point of view, but it's there. It's like real.
Absolutely, Abdullah. Thank you for bringing this point. That look, fintechs are generally in their like second decade. This is the second decade for the fintechs. The first decade was all about three technologies: APIs, cloud, and also in many countries it was the digital public infrastructure, DPIs. That was the first 10 odd years of fintech. Now the next 10 years are, I'm not like sure about the third technology, but it is certainly of blockchain and AI. So the fintechs who will use these two new emerging technologies in their like tech stack will have some differentiator, will be futuristic. So the last 10 years, the first conventional technologies were basically the like a foundation for the fintechs. This era of fintech, if you're not using these two technologies, I believe you are not having a future after a few years as a fintech.
That's very interesting. I want to understand more about the AI agents that you are using. You mentioned it very many times. I want you to explain it in a way that we understand what services does it provide to the client, to your clients.
Indeed, AI agents are again, I will say in a couple of years' time. For last 2 years, we are using one AI agent, which is of a general nature, and that is ChatGPTs or the Geminis or Siris. So we've been all exposed to these AI agents for our personal life or at a very small scale in our professional life as well. But moving forward, there will be industry-specific, vertical-specific AI agents. So we brought 3 of them in our tech stack for all 3 of our user bases. For our main user base is the borrowers, the SMEs. Problem in this Middle East and South Asia is not, the business is not about their credit worthiness. They're not even credit ready because of the lack of taxation regimes, lack of audits or bookkeeping. They were not credit ready. They generally are not credit ready. So whenever they go to some bank, financing institution, or to come to us, the sales teams or the BD teams of the credit, they are always exhausted by giving advisory or getting the SMEs ready for financing by telling them you need to have this document, you need to have this balance sheet, bookkeeping, finance, audited finances, all those things. So a lot of bandwidth of the sales team go into it. Now there is a need of AI agent. If we want to scale from our current base of 2,500 businesses to 50,000 businesses, we cannot keep on adding sales team. And similarly, other banks or like financing institutions will do the same. They will keep on adding AI agents. AI agents will act not just as a chatbot. So they will act as a salesperson if they are helping an onboarding of the borrower. They will act as advisor to tell them, okay, you have this transaction which is suspicious, can you give more support to this transaction, for example.
Okay.
Bring the quality assurance report, bring the storage area report, and all these things, which generally the sales teams or the advisory teams advise them. Now AI agent will do that.
And that will be accurate, like.
Oh, very good question. I will not brag about it, even though we have been onboarding these AI agents since December last year, and it's been a good journey. But at the same time, just treat these AI agents as babies.
As an employee.
As an employee, very nice.
Need training, need development always.
Scenarios, they will be again getting exposed to the new cases every now and then. The more data they will face, our customer interaction they will face, they will be more mature.
It makes sense to me now.
Yeah. So they will not be just ChatGPT. Like again, we all are using ChatGPT for almost 2 years now. The kind of ChatGPT experience 2 years back was very limited. Now it's getting expanded.
Yes.
Right. Similarly, these vertical specific AI agents, like from us or from some other enterprise software, they will grow. Now they are babies. Now they are new entrants. They are internees in the companies.
Yes.
So they will grow from internees to some kind of a supervisory role to the manager role, and then maybe in few years from now they will become expert. So I generally don't suggest to our clients as well to be very much dependent on the AI agents. It will come. There will be a time when they will be super experts in their work.
Great. Now, I understood that also you lend, you lend yourself as a company, and you have partnership with someone like Telenor Bank in Pakistan. So tell me about why the banks will be interested in working with you.
Right. So again, because of our tech, banks are good with their brand. Banks are good with their trust already in the user base. Bank has good scale of doing business, but they generally lack innovation. Generally, I'm not saying about every bank, but generally they lack to do quick innovations in their systems. So there comes a role of fintech like us. So we are good partners for them. We need scalability that comes with the bank partnership. We need some more kind of a business opportunity that again comes with rather we become one day a bank. So I would suggest that it's good for a fintech to partner with banks. So we bring tech, we bring aggregation, they bring that presence of wide presence in the country or region. They bring that already a trusted a brand with the user base. So together it's a win-win for both to offer a new proposition together. So it's not just with the banks we work as a lending institution. We also work with the fintechs who are supposed to be our competitors, but at the same time it's good that nowadays people feel there is more cooperation rather than a competition. So we work with the lending fintechs.
Like who?
We have in UAE, Flapcap, Flow 48. These are again good. We are in discussions with some others as well. Even in UAE and both we are in two markets, UAE and Pakistan. So in both markets and one of our oldest partners in Pakistan is Credit Book. So again, we've been working with them for more than 2 years now. So it's a good time to do cooperation rather than a competition only.
It's very interesting nowadays. I hear it a lot, especially in fintech. So what's your experience of that now?
Again, you bring the synergies together and you complement each other. For example, let's say one fintech is good with the tech, another fintech has balance sheet with them, and they can come up together to complement each other by bringing some aggregation and book pieces together. And at the end of the day, it's a revenue sharing model. Most of the cases, in these partnership work with the revenue sharing model. So you bring one piece, the another one brings the second piece. Those two pieces are good for the market to take as a one, and in return you take the respective revenue of your piece. So Another very important partnerships we do is with the regulated crypto funds, those who again had no exposure with the conventional private credit offer kind of propositions. So you again bring them closer to the conventional businesses. This is bringing more again a value to the both. So our current focus is to do that. Beside, we continue doing our work with the banks. We will be doing a pilot with Deep for again enabling them the stablecoin based lending infrastructure.
Amazing.
And we are also in discussion with Arab Bank, so for again similar kind of a pilot. So our focus is to keep innovating the invoice financing, enabling SMEs to get access to the credit.
That's very very innovative, and I can really see that there is opportunities will come out of this collaborations. Now, what's the average of the finances that you did?
Right.
So people can get a sense of it.
Yeah. So we have touched till date 2,500 businesses, enable them the financing for the invoices. Overall amount is $80 million, which we have enabled. And I believe now is our hockey stick moment when we are onboarding funds on our own balance sheet. Expecting from Q1, we will be doing almost 20 odd million a month. If not Q1, Q2 will be certainly that phase when we will be doing $20 million a month SME lending. And not just here in UAE or in Pakistan, we are also planning to expand our operations now in Saudi first. And one very important goal of InvoiceMate is to enable our working capital finance for the businesses for in the Western countries or the non-Muslim countries where there are Muslims feeling a need of Sharia compliant working capital finance. So that's a very important goal for us, and hopefully in a year's time from now we will be touching our first Western market. It could be US, Canada or UK, the major markets where there is a big number of Muslims doing businesses, but they are unfortunately not getting any access to the Sharia compliant working capital finance. Yes, they do get collateral based mortgages or some kind of a business loans as well, but working capital finance is absence at the moment globally for them in all the non-Muslim countries. So this will be our next expansion growth plan.
Great. That's I can see how technology is enabling and making that easier, and also the conventional institutions are interested to that they will move with you sometimes if you move to other markets. Is it possible?
Absolutely. With the blockchain and AI, now the era is again blockchain. Why we talk about stable coins a lot? This year was all about stable coin. Why? Because it's the medium that enables the cross-border transactions very smoothly, instantly, and at the same time with the low cost, with the trust element attached to that. So coming era is all about, for financing institutions, will not be restricted to the one country, one region. Most likely it will be global. I'm not saying it happening tomorrow, maybe in few years from now, because now we have this medium with us, which is a blockchain. That enables the cross-border ease of doing business, ease of doing payments, ease of doing financing. So now I think it is with us, and it will just be a matter of few years then that most of the financing institution or financial service providers will not just see a country as a market. They will see a global, like DeFi. You just see in the DeFi, decentralized financing institutions, they don't see a country as a market. They cover the whole globe. And that's where I'm seeing that it's been happening for last 5 years plus. And I think conventional financing institutions using the same technology of the blockchain will be enabling the similar kind of growth or propositions in coming time.
And what do you see the vision for this region in terms of decentralization of finance?
I don't know about decentralized. I'm again not a big fan of a decentralized. I'm a fan of big fan of blockchain, but not a
Okay.
big fan of a decentralization.
Okay.
Because I think it's like something which will evolve in with time and will not take place as a purest form of like a decentralization. I have like I take it from the philosophy or the practices of humankind. From the get-go, we all, as a human race, we used to trust some entity, whether it's like our family head, tribal head, government,
Yeah.
our institutions. So we, throughout our ages, since ages, we've been using centralized system. And now with the one technology of a blockchain, we believe that it will be completely opposite, that we will trust the technology, not the centralized figures. I'm not seeing that happening in my lifetime. And I think there is a strong reason for the hybrid approach rather than just a decentralization.
Yeah.
And coming to this country, I'm word fan is a very small thing. I should say air conditioner of this country. I'm a big fan, like, especially when it comes to the adoption of technology.
Yeah.
So it's a strong ecosystem here, like,
Yeah.
and getting stronger and stronger day by day, enabling like innovators like us to bring and they support with the regulations, they support with the ecosystem growth enablers like some kind of incubators, accelerators, sandboxes, partnerships with the again governments like supporting you. So UAE in general is like I think is a very big has a very big role to play in the future of finance.
And how it is impacting the expansion of your business being in UAE?
I think it's like a very thoughtful decision of ours to use it as a headquarter. So and it enables our like again the all look these stable coin based if I just stay on the stable coins, again we've been hearing about dirham backed stable coins coming for last couple of years.
Yes.
Since Trump, of course, it's a new era now for the whole world. A year back, if we go, very few countries, including UAE, were pro stable coins or pro regulated crypto or Web3 finance activities. Very few countries.
Yes.
Now, of course, after Trump, things like very few countries are on the other side. So everyone is exploring the benefits of these stable coins. But again, I would suggest that look, we were out there when it was not fashion.
Yeah.
I mean, in UAE, it was already happening.
Yeah.
The license getting issued for stable coins, dirham-backed stable coins. There was like proper, legit regulatory transactions happening with the stable coins. Now CBDC is coming in shortly, in a few months or maybe a few weeks from now. So things been happening here regardless of like a trend. There is a proper planning to bring innovations in the finance. I work regularly with the Emirates Institute of Finance as a trainer, and I like against the central bank's arm for competence building of the bankers, financing institutions, like practitioners. So I can see firsthand how much they are like developing, harnessing this ecosystem of finance for the next generation.
It's I can hear that it's really it's a proactive approach.
Absolutely, yeah.
And compared to the region. Now, what do you see the strategy of Invoice or might?
Yeah, so the first, like again, our strategy was to be a tech enabler. That was like first couple of years of our existence. Now the next like couple of years, which started up mid of this year, is to raise our own balance sheet, mature our tech further, and first consolidate here in UAE primarily. And there is a huge now growth in the SMEs here in last couple of years. We had the data that roughly
growth
of
in the SMEs in general, okay.
in numbers.
Like
if we talk about facts or stats, in 2021 there were only like 570,000 SMEs. Now it's more than 1 million SMEs.
Wow.
So the need of those SMEs for credit has grown almost double. But I'm not seeing the like fintechs been doubled for their covering their needs. So we believe that there's a big need of still consolidating in this market of UAE. Then of course the neighboring countries, especially will focus on Saudi from Q1 onwards, and that strategy is to like still grow with responsibility and caution. Even in last 2 years plus of our existence, the strategy was to stay again very responsible. We could have bigger numbers to share, like 80 million could have been 500 million, but at the same time our like bad debts would have been also be different at a different number. Now we are very proud that it is close to 0.2, which is a very big achievement of our KYI system. We want to keep it that way, build the track, mature it for the further trust, and at the same time keep on enabling SMEs with the lending, which generally was inaccessible for them, and especially coming with the stable coins or crypto medium.
At the moment it's open for any client, you can welcome them.
Absolutely.
Or it's
So
okay. And what's the maximum invoice that you can?
Right, so our ticket size is it is starting from $25,000 and it can go up to $250,000
for the invoice,
for
each invoice.
Yes. So for
And
example,
normally what's the time to complete the process?
maximum we generally go for the 90 days. So it's generally between
90 days to pay it, but to get the finance.
Okay, getting the finance, I will not brag. People sometimes brag about, we give it in 48 hours. I wish, and there is a plan to do it within 48 hours, but it is somewhere between 4 to 5 days at the moment, which was like 10 to 15 days like when we started. Gradually we brought it with at the range of 4 to 5 days. The plan by the next year is to do it around 48 hours.
4 to 5 days is like within the week, right?
Within the week.
It's a very good solution for
Absolutely.
anyone in need of cash to work, run the operation and the work of the company.
Sure.
Great. Now I saw also that the bank you partnered with in Pakistan, Telenor, is a microfinance.
Yeah, right.
How do you see such service impacting the community and society?
Right, so I believe this is although we have not done much work with the Telenor, but these kind of Telenor microfinance, there are other microfinance banks like Mobilink is another one, UBank is another one.
Yeah, especially in such countries we are talking about like much less than 25,000. Like you can say how much they need maybe.
Absolutely, there are like in those environments, even the like microloans of few thousand dirhams. I'm not talking about still dollars. Few thousand dirhams is a good amount for small businesses to scale or to grow. And nowadays, even nano loans of like few hundred dirhams is good enough to support their like daily kind of a cash flow or the inventory and all that. So I believe supporting these banks with the fast tech, reliable tech is again a contribution to the financial inclusion. And that's the reason there is another partner of ours. We have still not done much business, but we are proud that we've also partnered with them, is a Khuwat. Khuwat is a not just microfinance bank, it actually does the microfinancing. And again, enabling these kind of partners is a strong kind of like a satisfaction point as well.
And of course, you are enabling and empowering the small businesses.
Yeah, indeed, because
in a big time. Like.
Yes. So doing everything your own will be difficult and very like a long-term journey. These are the entities, financing institutions who are already having roots in these small businesses with these small businesses. So if we support them with tech, more reliable, faster, cheaper, that is still a contribution to the SME financial inclusion.
Great. You mentioned that you started having your own balance sheet and you started lending. What's the reason behind it? And
Okay, that's a good question. Two reasons. One, of course, is when you are like I in my last answer, I've mentioned that we have not been able to do more business with these partners because these banks are, without naming anyone, we have experience with many, not just with few. They are very slow in nature of the mundane. They have already good number of clients with them, so it's like it's very frustrating sometimes to do business with them.
yeah.
So because of the slow pace of your partners, you cannot run fast. You want to run and they want to walk, so sometimes it's difficult to like
Okay.
again do that thing to keep working with them. B, it's also that when you work with the without your own balance sheet, you don't have enough control on your own operations. You are dependent on the pace of the other partners. B, of course, it's like less revenue as well.
Yeah.
So in order to grow organically and bigger, you also have to keep on exploring where could be more opportunities for revenue. And I'll add one more point why we started raising our own balance sheet, and it is also giving us now more opportunity to mature our tech faster. Because earlier it was all dependent on our partners.
Exactly.
Now we have our own balance
Yes.
sheet, means we have more control, we have more we can entertain more SMEs directly on our tech.
Yeah.
So that gives us more control on improving our tech quickly.
Yeah, you can try new scenarios
Indeed.
of implementations, and it can be as a proof of concept to the institutions.
Indeed. I would say it was a forced kind of a thing. We would have not done our own balance sheet raise,
Okay.
and we would love to continue as a partner.
Yeah.
Yeah, which we still are going. That will be our one of the strategy. But in order to have more again revenue and control, we will be also exercising the balance sheet of our own.
And are you thinking to open it for public to invest in the, let's say, the company or the fund, and then you use that fund?
Thank you so much for this question. That's our upcoming project or product, that is DeFi. It's initially for the stable coin. So it will be a marketplace where we will be onboarding our invoice receivables coming from the borrowers who are already on our platform. So they will list their proposition of lending, and stable coin based investors or liquidity providers will come on that marketplace too. So we will just a matchmaker on that. We will not say that we will use those funds. So it will be like a marketplace, peer-to-peer marketplace, but initially for the stablecoin investors.
Very interesting. It's really very interesting. As much as I meet people in the fintech, you hear new innovations and ideas. Great, thank you. What's your last word? What do you see fintech market in UAE? What's the future?
So overall, if we talk about the fintech future, I think it's going in now with the adoption of blockchain or crypto or Web3. It's going to be even faster than earlier, and with AI, without saying anything, it's going to be super efficient as well. So that's given that fintech in next few years will be very fast, very trusted. And with these two mediums are two technologies enabling fintechs, it was just a strong growth era for the fintechs. UAE and fintech, they are match made in heaven, and UAE overall loves the financial activities. It's in the air. And I think all the fintechs should be here rather than thinking of any other part of the world.
Yeah.
So
at least to start here and go anywhere, right?
Build here and then serve the whole world.
Yeah.
So it's one of the best fertile. It's a very fertile land when it comes to the financial service platform building.
محمد Salman, the CEO and founder of InvoiceMate, thank you for joining Tekmal, and thank you for telling us all this informative and wisdom around technology, the fintech technology, and how you making an impact out of it in the industry.
Thank you very much for having me, Abdullah, and supporting our journey and scaling it further. Thank you.
شكرا لحسن إنصاتكم ومتابعتكم لهذه الحلقة، وندعوكم أنكم تتابعونا على قناة اليوتيوب، وأيضا على مواقع التواصل الاجتماعي لبودكاست تكمال، وعلى قناة صناعة المال. أيضا في هذه الحلقة وفرنا لكم كل المعلومات اللي تحتاجونها حتى توصلون لشركة انفويس ميت أو مايت. الشركة راح توفر تمويل مباشر إذا أنت في الإمارات لفواتيرك المستحقة آجلا، فراح نعطيكم تواصل مباشر، وأيضا راح يكون هناك هدية راح نحطها في تعريف الفيديو أو الحلقة. شكرا جزيلا لمتابعتكم، ونراكم قريبا.